Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today. My name is Sydney Kneller, and I am a project lead here with Seamless Consulting. And I wanted to talk to you today about reviewing the Consumer Content Creators Program proposal in response to the request for proposal brief. So for our agenda today, we will review an introduction, including my bio and firm's value proposition, the proposal, which will define the problem at hand, my understanding of your needs and opportunities, and potentially challenges as well, and then my technical approach and relevant past performance and outcomes. Then we're going to dive into staffing, including a description of the team, specialties, experience, etc., as well as the percentage of each team member's allocated time to this project. Finally, we will close out with next steps inclusive of deliverables and items we will need from you to ensure the project's success. So to start us off, I want to offer my personal bio to share more about my past experiences and skill sets. Like I said, I am currently a project lead at Seamless Consulting, and in this role, I'm responsible for streamlining operations, fostering collaboration across teams, and then also offering organizational strategies and mentorship to help clients solve problems and meet their objectives. I also have an extensive background in the technology industry, working with organizations to analyze data, drive process improvements, and identify opportunities to capitalize upon. As for my credentials, I received my Bachelor's of Health Science degree with minors in IT, business, and psychology from the University of Missouri, and am pursuing higher education from American University in the Master's of Healthcare Management program as well. Prior to my role as a project lead, I provided a lot of consultation at Oracle Corporation on a wide-scale technological electronic health record implementation for the US's largest healthcare system, which is the Veterans Health Administration. So I'm certainly used to working on big projects that scale across the organization. On this project, I was recognized for spearheading development of the technical training programs and collateral while evaluating program effectiveness to raise proficiency of over 1,000 healthcare staff within a span of 6 months. These efforts did help me to ensure the competencies and initiatives taught could be sustained within the organization over time, which I think is going to be important for this project as well. Additionally, I have led regulatory technical implementations for products offered by technology companies to provide capabilities for organizations to meet national requirements while also increasing revenues and federal reimbursements. I've also offered my expertise of change management tactics and communication strategies from my early consulting career, where I assisted staff in adopting new efficient workflows and technologies, which is something that we would want to explore in this project as well. During this time, I also created content for marketing purposes to promote awareness and growth of a local nonprofit. So, all of these experiences and skills coupled together from my professional career does aid in polishing internal systems and processes, providing solutions and education to raise efficiency and understanding, and then also managing project timelines and communications as well. I do strive to forefront, drive, and sustain organizational improvement. My personal philosophy is to lead with a culture of constant pursuit towards process improvement opportunities and exhibit a commitment to excellence, which has been seen in consistent project success and client satisfaction. I also demonstrate a strong work ethic and sense of personal responsibility, and I'm confident in those abilities, skills, and expertise that can be capitalized upon to help achieve our organizational goal of this Consumer Content Creators Program. All right, now let's move on to Seamless Consulting's value proposition. We offer technology giants in the industry a team-focused, data-driven, and market towards vision for success. So the firm's focus on content creation programs and marketing towards advancing markets is streamlined by efforts of collaborative communication, relationship management, mentorship, and training and development as well. Through a partnership with Seamless Consulting, companies interested in collaborating with us can expect to work with professionals that have a track record of success and have shown longstanding trust with former partners that has resulted in measurable, consistent growth. We do believe our values align with your organization's values and that we can partner to meet your objectives based on the skill set offered. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a deeper look into what our proposal looks like. All right, here on the left-hand side, you can see the problem we have that we would want to address with our services, target marketing, and promotion of your consumer products via that Consumer Content Creators Program. I understand your needs to be improvement upon the content creator program by nurturing and growing content creator relationships, identifying opportunities to expand brand impact across consumer products, establishing a global, systematic, and scalable approach for identifying next-gen creators through the content creator program, fostered by authentic engagement, and then defining and demonstrating ROI of creators' engagement and being in alignment with your company's values. Opportunities to meet these needs include process improvements and recommendations towards new approaches, as well as training and education, and of course, ensuring sustainment over time. Some challenges that may be encountered would be, resistance to staff change, and that's kind of a challenge that you see in a lot of different projects or implementations when, your staff are used to doing a regular workflow their way for so many years, and all of a sudden things changed. But I believe those can be prevented or managed via our change management tactics that we have in place. But then we also could have another challenge that we would just need to ensure that our team has the appropriate access pertinent to evaluation data to measure the program's baseline versus success metrics. It is also important to note that if any additional scope is added during the duration of our project, that project timeline is subject to change as well. All right, so to dive further into our proposal, I wanted to highlight our typical approach at a high level, as well as applicable past success stories and values exhibited through these processes. Our approach typically begins with a data-driven assessment of the current organizational data related to our project to set a baseline. Then we delve into possible recommendations and courses of actions that can be offered to bridge gaps based on what we surveyed from that data. And then next, we would focus on training to set the teams up for a successful implementation, followed by that sustainment training so you can continue to excel over time. A few past success stories or stories I've had with this approach that I wanted to highlight was in developing the VHA's or Veterans Health Administration's electronic health record training program, as well as working across 16 large healthcare organizations to implement regulatory health IT products. And then finally, I also helped a nonprofit in Columbia, Missouri to deliver a content creator program to further promote their services as well. And then finally here, we understand your values that will be important to highlight throughout our approach, include innovation, diversity and inclusion, corporate social responsibility, AI, trustworthy computing, and then responding to COVID-19 together. So that those are values that we will certainly exhibit as we're working together on this project. All right. Well, now let's get into a little bit about my team. We have 3 members of my team that are dedicated to this project with your organization. So me, as the primary project lead, would be responsible for ensuring strategic deliverables are met, resources are managed, and the timeline is followed. As mentioned in my bio, my skills are focused on team collaboration, mentorship, content development, and then training and development. So as the primary lead, I would plan to dedicate about a third of my work week each week towards this project, so about 13 hours per week. Next, we have Alex Morales, who's a secondary project lead. Alex will be assisting me with reports across parties and ensuring action items are adhered to once the project plan is crafted and put in place. She is an expert in identifying areas of opportunities and crafting recommendations to combat those challenges. And her skills include relationship management, communication, marketing and branding of identity development, and then assessing process improvement opportunities as well. Finally, we have Naveed Pejman, who is our tertiary project lead. He will focus on the data analysis and will work with Alex to understand that data and create the informed recommendations to help solve our objectives. So Naveed excels at leading with a data-driven approach. He exhibits a socially responsible corporate behavior and has experience with future-proofing marketing and content creation. The secondary and tertiary project leads will dedicate about a fourth of their time per week or 10 hours each towards this project as well. Overall, our specialty expertise areas include marketing, recruiting, expectations of content creator work and assignments, consulting and relationship management experience, training and documentation, operational workflows and process improvement, technical experience with data, and then of course, industry knowledge in the technology sector as well. All right, so let's move on to our next steps or deliverables that we would be looking to target here. Our initial deliverable plan will be to assess the current data to identify preliminary recommendations. And then, based on those opportunities and recommendations, we will implement efforts to nurture and grow the company's content creator relationships and successes, ultimately increasing the effectiveness of the consumer content creator program. As part of those efforts, we will also define and demonstrate ROI of creators' engagement. To quantifiably measure the program's effectiveness, we will reevaluate the data to determine the brand impact across consumer products compared to the baseline that I had mentioned earlier. And then, based on these deliverables, our goal is to lead the consumer content creator program to a successful state where consumer products are better promoted and gain increased exposure, which will be measured by quantitative and qualitative data to make informed decisions and determinations of effectiveness and success as well. So what do we need from you? There are a few items that we will need to collaborate with you throughout this project just to ensure a success across parties and that we're in alignment. First off, we will need to ensure there is a time commitment and weekly engagement from your resources involved. We will also need access to the necessary data utilized to set the baseline, identify those opportunities, and evaluate the effectiveness, as well as access or understand your operational workflows applicable to this project. Next, we will need to clarify any outstanding questions and expectations during the contracting process to ensure that we are all on the same page as to what to expect from this project. So a few questions may include things like if you have a certain preference for content, whether that be videos, pictures, podcasts, giveaways, etc., what the budget is, timelines and deadlines, if there's any existing processes or opportunities to leverage for products and service training and or certifications, if there are any certain products or services you're wanting to target more than others, if there's social platforms you're looking to target, and if you have any other expectations not really explicitly stated in the RFP that we should be aware of as well. Finally, it is important to note that success can only be accomplished by change. So with that being said, we will need to work together to form those change management tactics that I had mentioned and communication throughout the organization from a top-down approach to help prevent or manage resistance. So I know that was a brief overview. We will certainly get more into the weeds as we work with you to contract for this project, and then work weekly on our implementations and each deliverable. So with that, I did want to go ahead and open it up for questions if there are any from the group today. All right. Well, it doesn't sound like it, but I did want to mention, based on our skills married with your needs, I am confident that we can offer successful recommendations to increase the consumer content creator program effectiveness, which would ultimately help promote your products and services and, increase revenue as a result as well. So thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you regarding next steps towards contracting and engagement. Thanks, everybody.